What if a movie from the 1980s secretly predicted the future? When Back to the Future Part 2 arrived in 1989, its vision of 2015 looked wildly futuristic. Yet decades later, many of its ideas, like voice-controlled homes and fingerprint security, have become part of everyday life. It turns out the film didn't just imagine the future, it got surprisingly close to it. So let's dive in and explore the predictions this iconic film got surprisingly right. Number 10. Voice-activated lights and smart homes. One memorable scene in the movie shows Jennifer entering her future home in 2015. As soon as she speaks, the lights automatically turn on in response to her voice. When the film was released in the late 1980s, the idea of controlling your home simply by speaking seemed extremely futuristic. Today, however, voice-controlled homes are becoming increasingly common. Smart assistants such as Amazon Alexa, Google Assistant, and Apple's Siri allow users to control lighting, appliances, and security systems using simple voice commands. For example, many people now say things like, "Turn off the living room lights," or "Lock the front door," and their smart home devices instantly respond. This technology has transformed the way people interact with their homes, making everyday tasks more convenient. What's especially impressive is the timing. The movie imagined voice-activated homes in 2015, and by the mid-2010s, smart speakers and home automation devices had already become widely available. Number 9. Hands-free gaming. In Back to the Future Part 2, Marty enters the futuristic CAF 80s and encounters a video game that appears to be controlled without using hands. Two children watching the game are shocked that Marty actually tries to use his hands to play. At the time, video games were entirely dependent on controllers, joysticks, or keyboards. The concept of controlling games through body movement or gestures sounded unrealistic. Yet, by 2010, technology had taken gaming in exactly that direction. Devices like Microsoft's Kinect introduced motion-controlled gameplay, allowing players to interact with games using body movements instead of traditional controllers. With motion-tracking cameras and sensors, players could jump, dance, swing, or run in front of the screen to control their characters. This type of gaming created a completely new experience and made games more immersive. While handheld controllers are still popular, hands-free gaming definitely became a reality, just as the movie hinted decades earlier. Number 8. Multi-screen entertainment. Another amusing scene in the movie shows Marty McFly Jr. watching multiple television channels simultaneously. He sits in front of a large wall-mounted screen while flipping through several channels at once. In 1989, the concept of a giant flat-screen television displaying several channels at the same time seemed unrealistic. At that time, most households used bulky CRT televisions that could only display one program at a time. Fast forward to the 2010s, and large flat-screen TVs became standard in homes worldwide. Not only that, but many modern devices allow viewers to stream multiple programs, split screens, or browse different content simultaneously. Sports fans, for instance, often watch multiple games at once using multi-screen viewing features. Streaming services, tablets, and smartphones also allow users to switch between content effortlessly. Although the exact scenario in the movie may seem exaggerated, the overall idea of multitasking entertainment turned out to be surprisingly accurate. Number 7. Smartwatches. Doc Brown has always been portrayed as a brilliant inventor who is ahead of his time. In Back to the Future Part 2, he checks the weather by looking at a device on his wrist. When the film was released, wearable technology was almost non-existent. Wristwatches could tell the time and perhaps set alarms, but that was about it. Today, smartwatches are incredibly advanced pieces of technology. Devices like the Apple Watch, Samsung Galaxy Watch, and other smart wearables allow users to check weather forecasts, read messages, monitor fitness, answer calls, and even track heart rate. The idea of accessing information instantly from a device on your wrist seemed extraordinary in 1989. Yet today, millions of people use smartwatches every day. The filmmakers may not have predicted every feature accurately, but they definitely captured the general concept of wearable technology. Number 6. Reality and smart glasses. In another scene from the movie, Marty's son wears futuristic glasses while interacting with digital content. These glasses resemble modern smart glasses that display information directly in front of the user's eyes. At the time, such devices did not exist in any meaningful form. However, the concept is similar to today's augmented reality technology. Augmented reality overlays digital images, information, or animations onto the real world. Devices like smart glasses and augmented reality headsets allow users to see digital elements while still viewing their surroundings. Tech companies have experimented with products such as Google Glass and other wearable augmented reality devices that display notifications, navigation instructions, and other digital data directly in the user's field of vision. The movie also features a dramatic holographic shark advertisement that appears to leap out of a theater. While this exact technology hasn't become widespread, modern augmented reality experiences in gaming, advertising, and mobile apps echo the same concept. Number 5. Digital payments and contactless transactions. One particularly interesting prediction in the film involves digital payments. Characters are seen transferring money electronically and paying for services using advanced technology rather than physical cash. In one scene, Marty donates money electronically, while another shows a taxi driver receiving payment using a biometric method. When the movie was released, most financial transactions were still conducted with cash, checks, or credit cards that required physical swiping. Today, digital payment systems are everywhere. Mobile payment platforms like Apple Pay, Google Pay, and PayPal allow people to transfer money instantly using smartphones. Contactless payment technology has also become extremely popular. Many stores now accept tap-to-pay transactions, where customers simply tap their phone or card against a payment terminal. Online banking, digital wallets, and wireless transfers have completely changed the financial landscape, making transactions faster and more convenient. Number 4. Drones. The film also shows small flying machines used for various purposes, including news coverage. At the time, such devices seemed unrealistic outside of military use. Today, drones are used in many industries around the world. Journalists use them to capture aerial footage, filmmakers rely on them for dramatic camera shots, and businesses use them for deliveries, inspections, and research. Recreational drones have also become popular among hobbyists who enjoy aerial photography and videography. Although the movie's design for drones was somewhat different from modern models, the basic idea of small, unmanned flying machines performing useful tasks was impressively accurate. Number 3. Biometric security and fingerprint scanners. In one futuristic scene, Jennifer unlocks a door using her fingerprint instead of a traditional key. At the time, biometric security technology was not widely available. Today, fingerprint recognition has become a standard feature in many devices. Smartphones, laptops, and security systems frequently use fingerprint scanning to verify identity. Apple introduced Touch ID on its iPhones in 2013, making fingerprint authentication extremely common for unlocking devices and authorizing payments. Biometric security has also expanded to include facial recognition and iris scanning. While traditional keys are still used, many modern security systems rely on biometric technology for added convenience and safety. Number 2. The Chicago Cubs winning the World Series. One of the most amusing predictions in the movie involves sports rather than technology. In a brief moment, Marty notices a newspaper headline announcing that the Chicago Cubs have won the World Series in 2015. At the time, this seemed like a humorous fantasy, because the Cubs had not won the championship since 1908. However, something remarkable happened shortly after the predicted year. In 2016, the Chicago Cubs finally ended their historic championship drought, and won the World Series. While the film's prediction was off by 1 year, it was still astonishingly close. Considering the Cubs had gone more than a century without winning the title, the prediction remains one of the most memorable coincidences associated with the movie. Number 1. Video calls. Perhaps one of the most accurate predictions in the film involves video calling. In one scene, Marty receives a call from his coworker on a large screen that shows the caller's face in real time. In the late 1980s, this idea felt extremely futuristic. Although video phone technology technically existed in limited experimental forms, it was not widely available or practical for everyday use. Today, video calls are a normal part of daily life. Platforms like Zoom, Skype, FaceTime, and Google Meet allow people to communicate face-to-face across the world instantly. Smartphones, tablets, and laptops all include cameras that make video communication easy. Video calls are used for business meetings, online classes, family conversations, and even job interviews. The global shift toward remote communication, especially during the COVID-19 pandemic, made video calls more important than ever. It's incredible how a movie from the 1980s predicted technologies we use today. If you enjoyed these surprising predictions from Back to the Future, don't forget to like and subscribe.